It's just too much fighting, and I've lost my desire. Like, she's like getting uglier to me by the day with all this fighting.
Jasmine blames Gino for all of her trauma, and Gino slips up and admits that he's no longer in love with her. It's a short but messy scene. Let's get into it. Hi guys, welcome back to Nikki Faces Reality. We're here to discuss Jasmine and Gino in the latest episode of 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After, heavy on the question mark. I always say that because I feel like only Kobe and Emily are happy, and maybe Thais and Patrick. The rest are a mess, okay? But as you guys know, the last time we saw Jasmine and Gino, they are in the thick of this pageant, which to me is the weirdest pageant ever because it's like one category per day. It's like an endless category. It was expensive to get there. They had to fly to Miami. They have to fly for hotels. All of this money could have gone to bring her kids, but I guess F them kids, right? At this point, Jasmine cannot pick a storyline. She's just like eeny, meeny, miny, mo. It's a bit chaotic, okay? But the last time we saw them, Jasmine was like, Gino, you don't make me feel good. You're so judgmental. So you can't go to my rehearsals, okay? So skipping past the pageant stuff and getting into the drama, the first part of their segment in this latest episode, it was her in this like glittery set promoting Panama. And she was so awkward. I really don't think she took any of the notes that her coaches gave. She was trying to exemplify water, but she was wearing glitter and it looked like a carnival outfit, which I've seen and I love. But hers was, it was interesting. I think it was like a last minute thing. And then she was holding a Panama flag and then going like this to represent water, but it wasn't cohesive. And she just kept doing like Instagram poses. Like, yeah, it was chaotic. And they did get to the question portion as well. And they asked her why she did the pageant, and she just gave, her story of being an immigrant. And I think that her answer was good. I just don't, if she wins this is rigged because it's not award worthy. So let's just jump right in, okay? Before we do, as always, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you very much. There's a lot of new faces. I appreciate you. Thank you. But yeah, let's just jump right in. She's so serious. This eyeshadow is killing me.
Oh my gosh.
Jasmine just finished the parade of costumes, and tomorrow's the last day of the competition, and I want Jasmine to win, but I still think she is a long ways to go. And my feedback
Don't tell her that.
Throughout this, pageant and pre-pageant, it's upsetting that she won't listen to me.
Gino, babe, I appreciate your enthusiasm. You're putting your money in it. But if she's already told you that she doesn't want that, if that's not the role that she wants you to play, this is an experience for her, okay? You just have to separate yourself from it. I think that this is bigger than the pageant. I think that he just has a hard time feeling like he's not being included, like he's not being considered, like he's not being given credit. And this is not the hill to die on, this particular pageant, but there's a lot brewing under the hat.
How did you think that I did?
Don't ask him that. Don't ask him that. Don't ask him that because you cannot take criticism. And I know it can be argued, right? You know who you married, Gino. Why not just say she did great and keep it shut? And same thing for Jasmine. If you don't want your partner to be truthful, and you have a feeling that he's gonna disagree with something, then don't ask him. Don't ask him.
Was it good or?
When you were doing your walk for the parade, I thought you improved compared to the last
Gino.
time you were out.
That's a lie.
I tell you this, it's not easy. I was not on my best mood because I couldn't stop thinking about all the things that we said to each other.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like to move forward, I need to talk about it.
Y'all, if she loses this pageant, which she should, but if she loses it, she's going to blame it on Gino. She's gonna be like, I couldn't do my best because of you. I don't believe that. I really don't. I think that she's a newbie in this space. She thought that because she had all this work done that it would cure everything. And that's just not. Yeah.
I've been supporting you fully. I have not done anything bad to you. Nothing mean to you. I didn't say you were ugly.
He did it.
You make me feel ugly.
What do you guys think? I feel like Jasmine, if Jasmine isn't being praised 100% of the time, she feels like something is off. But she doesn't make herself praisable, if you know what I mean. We all want to feel good. We all want our partner to think that we are the last Coca-Cola in the desert, that we are just everything, the best of the best. But I feel like, didn't you do this pageant for yourself? Have you not taken anything out of it? Because it's hefty. It's a hefty check. Have you not taken anything out of it for yourself? And I also think, obviously, we know she's deeply insecure, but it's sometimes hard, and I'm sure this is maybe Gino's stance. It's hard to view Jasmine as someone that needs extra affirmation when she's constantly telling you that she can do better. If someone were to be telling me that they could do better than me, in my opinion, I'm like, oh, they view themselves as the hottest ish in the world. So I mean, it's complicated, right?
It's concerning, and I highlight concerning. Because this is a beauty pageant. And this is temporary. I'm talking about long-term things as our marriage.
Did she think the beauty pageant was going to fix their marriage? Like, that's not... This beauty pageant was supposed to be for her. Because she begged for it. Because she said she needed something to do. She forgot about her citizenship. She forgot about the lawyer for her kids. She was like, I need this for me to feel good. Why is she now writing her marriage on it?
Look, I'm really disappointed to hear all this, what you're saying to me. Because I feel like that you owe me an apology.
This is layered stuff. I do believe that she owes him an apology, but not for this moment in time. Do you know what I mean? And I hate that it's come. I love that Gino has a backbone, finally. I just think that his timing is off, and so she's not going to be receptive. You know what I mean? Like, I think that this is a pageant that she did for herself, she needed for herself, and he is making it about him, and he shouldn't. And I understand that he's making it about him because of all the hurt that he has from the years and years of volatile relationship dynamic that they've been in. I think he's just fed up with her attitude, that he's still not feeling that gratitude from her. But she's having a different argument right now. So they're not listening to each other. They have their own agenda.
For all the things that you said to me, and when I have been doing nothing but supporting.
She is.
What did I say?
Your whole relationship, Jasmine. Your whole relationship.
Understand the reason why I'm here. Why am I here? I have depression. I have alopecia. I am homesick. And you reject me as a woman every time you have an opportunity.
You having depression, alopecia, and being homesick doesn't exempt you from accountability. Doesn't exempt you from consequences. You don't get to be an a-hole because you have all of those things. All of those things don't make your actions forgivable. And it's not about, oh, Gino, you should give her grace. I think that he's given her grace the entirety of their relationship. You've kind of milked out all of the grace that he had. So now, when he should be giving you grace, when he should be backing down, he can't. He physically can't because he's reached his max of disrespect.
You're causing me a lot of trauma.
Babe, you came like that. You came like that. You arrived like that.
I set all this up and brought us here. And you said, Gino, I don't want you to come to my rehearsal. I don't think that's fair to me.
It's not about you.
Why I
Why
did
don't you
what
go
I
ahead
did.
and explain the why?
You made me doubt myself and the things that I do, and you said it so many times that I start to believe it.
Jasmine, you also asked him. I know that I think she expected him to be like, oh my God, Jasmine, you're the best one. And I get that. Like, I think that I would want that too, right? Like, I don't need you to be my coach. I need you to be my number one fan. But Gino, from the start, showed you that that wasn't what he was doing. So stop asking him. FaceTime your fam. Send pics to your girls. But you keep asking him, posing that you want honesty. And when you get the honesty, then you're mad. Like, it's not. Come on now. You can't punish him for that.
This is a desperate resource for me. I'm so desperate to have your attention. I'm so desperate, to have your attention, to have some sort of validation from you, like you actually attracted to me. I don't feel that way. You know how much that hurt me every day of my life. Like, my husband doesn't make love to me.
As a woman, I hurt for her. This would be a nightmare situation. I wouldn't want this for anyone. But Gino has told you what he needs in order to feel like he can have close intimacy with you. And I don't think you're entitled to physical intimacy just because you're married. And y'all, you know what this made me think about? I tweeted it and I was like, oh my God. But what she's doing isn't any different from what Danielle did to Mohammed. I want my sex tonight. Remember when she blocked his doorway and was yelling that to him? He shared that in the tell-all. The only difference is that Jasmine is a conventionally attractive woman. So people are like, why aren't you screwing your wife? But think about it. Jasmine has been a terror the entirety of their relationship. And I think that, they were long distance for a long time. And he thought that all of that would probably go away when they got together, except she became that full time. And on top of that, she was Eeyore because she's homesick, which is understandable, but it doesn't help that it's paired with Tasmanian Devil Jasmine, So I just have a hard time really caring for her tears. Separating Jasmine and just looking at her as a woman and her tears, I feel for her. But knowing what we know, I'm like, girl, bye.
For months. You know how much that hurts me and messes up with my mind. And sex is not validation, but damn, I love you. And I want to be with you, that is hurting me.
But you want it your way, and you're in a relationship, a marriage. It takes two.
I married a man who has other preferences when it comes to sex. And you are making it believe that I am the problem, but you deep inside, you know what's going on.
I think that Jasmine is a really smart woman, and I think that she knows what the implications are if she keeps painting it as Gino being into something else aside from her, whether it's corn, whether it's a particular sexual preference. She knows that leaving it like that, vague and constantly making pointed statements, it's gonna create a narrative. She knows that. I feel like that in itself is a violation, not only a violation of trust, but also it's her trying to humiliate him in some way, whether it's true or not, Also, I just don't think she wants to listen. Gino has told you what it is that he needs. And whether you agree with it or not, that is what your partner is voicing. Why aren't you taking steps to try to remedy it so that you can get what you want as well? But she just wants to be able to trash him and get her way.
Deep inside, I do know what's going on. I'm explaining it to you. You get very angry with me, and that's a big problem.
And we've seen it.
We're still not having intimacy, and I hate to say it, she's a big part of the reason, because we fight and start these fights, and we argue, and we can't get along every day. It's just too much fighting, and I've lost my desire.
It's exhausting.
Like, she's like getting uglier to me by the day with all this fighting.
Oh?
I just feel really worn out. We have real issues going on, which is the arguing every day.
Y'all, when she hears that at the tell-all, it's gonna get grisly. It's gonna get so bad. Because she's going to be like, see, I knew he thought I was ugly, because she's not listening. But I think that that's very bold of him to say, knowing who he's with. Whew. But Gino needs to speak his truth. And I think it's just the timing is off, but better late than never, I guess.
I don't know why she keeps bringing up our sex life like it's an excuse for our relationship issues.
Right.
You should have never married me.
You Agreed.
Should have never brought me here.
Agreed.
Well, I had hoped that things would change. I did love you.
I did love you. I think that that's a slip up, and I think that that's very telling. It's hard to love someone that constantly talks down to you and tells you that her ex is better than you, that she's settling, that your sex isn't even good, and here she is begging for said sex. You know, I would fall out of love with that too, because there's only so much that your self-esteem can take. She talks about her feeling like she's not good enough, but it's like I guess hurt people because she's making him feel the way she feels. But she was already feeling like that before he came into the picture, you know?
I had hoped we could figure it out.
I'm gonna stay married with you if we're not gonna be intimate. I'm not gonna stay married with you.
I don't see you trying to fix what I'm telling you.
Just fix your head, and you're the one who has to fix it.
We're having the same issue with Rob and Sophie, where Jasmine keeps pointing the finger because she thinks that Gino is the one that's created all the chaos in their relationship, and it's wildly misdirected. I'm not saying Gino is an angel. They both have things to work on, but she's not listening. I don't want to touch you because you make me feel like ish. You talk down to me. You yell at me. Everything is a battle. That's why I don't want to touch you. And she's like, no, it's not that. Fix it. I'm telling you how we can fix it. But she doesn't want to. And so here she is yelling. He's not saying, I don't want to have conflict with you. Conflict is natural. The lack of respect and the yelling at each other, that becomes an issue. And here she is proving his point.
You're not talking about the root cause of the problem here. And if you don't see it, we are...
Yeah.
I believe in love, in passion, and that includes having sex, being intimate with the person that you love.
The thing is, I also think Gino believes in that too. When we met him, he was parading blue pills. I think that it matters to him too, but I also don't think that it's fair to be like, F me, while you also make him feel like crap. You can't have it both ways.
But at the present moment, that is gone. And now it's coming from his mouth. I did love you.
I mean...
And it triggers me because there is plenty of evidence for me to believe. So I am just drained emotionally and mentally. And how can I possibly focus on this competition?
Girl.
I don't even want to think about it.
This competition has nothing to do with Gino, and you're not...
Go to the bathroom,
whatever.
you can
Whatever.
masturbate all you want.
Okay,
because
great.
That's all you do.
See? I'm sorry. So you want him to sleep with you, and then you go ahead and humiliate him on camera, talk down to him, create this narrative for millions of people to see, and this is the kind of behavior that you think should get you laid?
If that's what you think, great.
How embarrassing. It's wild, wild, wild. I think that they're setting it up for the last resort and for her to be done with him. And as you guys seen, allegedly she's living with her new boyfriend, and I think that she's going to pin Gino as an excuse for her infidelity, alleged infidelity. Yeah, she's gonna be like, of course I had to cheat because I had to get it somewhere else because Gino didn't touch me. He didn't think I was attractive. I just know it's gonna go something like that. Let me know what you guys thought about this segment. What are your thoughts on how they're each handling it? All that good stuff. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.